an image of direction. Imagine you're on the mystical path, and you're at the end of a long hallway, and you're carrying a lot of books all the way up to your chin like this. And at the other end of the long hallway, there's your contemplative spiritual director with their hand on the door. And when you take the first step, the very first step, you trip. And all the way down the hallway, you're going, ah. And just before you crash into the door, your director opens the door, and you go out across the fields, ah. Eventually, you get the hang of it, and you're a mystic. See? And so unexplainably terrible bliss shines out everywhere in the midst of it all. That's right. It's true, I think. I'd like to share an image from Zen Buddhism. I was so affected by Zen and the Dharma, and this is an image I had. I was invited to Chokan Trungpa Rinpoche, with Vajrayana Tibetan Buddhist. They had a conference there once a year on Christian and non-Christian paths and liberation. And I was invited to be one of the Christian teachers there. I met Pema Chodron there, and there were lamas there. It was great. And Thomas Keating was there, and different people. And I was so affected by Buddhism and in the monastery and so on. But it was a very brief visit by Thich Nhat Hanh at Gethsemane. But this was the first time I was with the Buddhist. And how they had it set up is that they had the Buddhist teachers would teach in the morning, and the Christian teachers would teach in the afternoon, so the Christians could attend the Buddhist teachings, and the Buddhists could attend the Christian teachings. And so as a Christian teacher, I went to Shunryu Suzuki's, his name for a minute, Roshi, Zen master. And he gave his talk, and we were sitting on zafus, cushions laid out like this, and he had his robes on like this. They carry a fan, like a rhinoceros horn fan, and he bowed, and he would sit and arranged his robes, and he gave his Dharma talk. And we did a sitting together, and he gave another talk. And then when he was done, he stood up and he bowed, and as he was walking away, a Hindu monk was there with the saffron robes on, and he yelled out at the Roshi, the head to know, the heart to love, the hara to understand, H-A-R-A, is the ground of the belly. The understanding is in the ground of the hara. The head to know, the heart to love, the hara to understand. Which is the greatest? And the Roshi turned and looked at him, and he took his fan like this and went, and the Hindu monk bowed over, touched his forehead to the floor. I thought this was one of these Zen stories live. This is really something. And each night we each gave a little keynote address, a talk. And the teachers met in a little room in a circle. And the Roshi was sitting there all by himself. And so I sat down next to him, just exuding reverence for Zen masters. And I said, I was so grateful, honored to be in your presence and the thing. And I said, I especially loved the little moment with the Hindu monk and hara. And he said to me, well, I finished my talk. I bowed, I walked off. This guy yells out at me, the head to know, the heart to love, the heart to understand. I looked at him. I didn't know which was the greatest. I was in front of all these people. I had to do something. So I went, and he bursts out laughing. And that's what masters do so masterfully. The masters know the secret is that there's no secret. See, we're always hoping we're going to someday run into someone who's not confused. We can say, do you have a minute? But what if the master is as confused as you are? Seriously. But they know it's just confusion. Why be confused by it? See? Why are we confused by confusion? We believe that the confusion has the authority to name who we are. But what if only the abyss-like bountiful love overflowing in all directions is the only authority that says who we are? See? This way. And so it's the breaking open of things this way for me.